Bashan, thanks for joining us. World Cup winner, Chicago Fire midfielder. Why did you come to Chicago?
I knew that Chicago is a city of sport, you know, with all Bulls, Blackhawks, and the Cubs. So, and I knew that the soccer team is maybe not the best team, you know. I see it as a challenge, opportunity to help the club and also the city to maybe grow.
Bashan, recently you were talking about the differences between Major League Soccer and Europe.
The MLS is quite a young league, actually, you know, and what I could feel in the 6 weeks I'm here, that this league has so much potential. You know, America leagues in baseball, ice hockey, American football, basketball, you're the best. But in a global sport like soccer, you're not, you know. And
why do you think we're not?
I think it has to do as well something with the tradition, you know, like as I said before, soccer is still young, you know, but what my wish is that soccer in US becomes on the same level like the Premier League or the Spanish League or the Bundesliga. I think the potential is there, and I would like to help, you know, and that the MLS comes on that level, that the players from the best American players are not moving to Europe. They should stay here in America.
When you look back in your career, I think over the last 18 months, Manchester United wasn't a great situation for you. You've handled it with class. Do you regret that decision going to Manchester United after the World Cup?
No, absolutely not. I remember when Louis van Gaal was calling me and he wanted to have success so quick as possible. We won in my first year, we won the FA Cup. And we actually had also a great start. We were first with, or second with Leicester, and we were very close towards them. So then I was a little bit unlucky with 2 injuries, which...
It happens to everyone.
Yeah, and you can't really do something when someone kicks you, you know, like it happens. So I was a little bit unlucky. So I played the Euros. I could manage to play the Euros, and then later on when I came to Manchester, the situation was different, you know, the opinion was a little bit different, so it was not easy for me, but I always had the dream to play again for United and to play in the Old Trafford. So and then I got the chance, you know, to play some minutes, but it was not enough for me. I like the game too much to not play, you know. It's not a good feeling. So when you sit on a bench or on the stands and you have ideas to change the game and you can't do it, it's not easy.
For the life of me, Bashan, I can't figure out why Jose Mourinho treated you the way he did. Why did he?
I mean, I had a talk with him, and he had an opinion. Maybe it was not made by himself. I think after I trained and I played, and he could see me how I behave as a professional, he has a different opinion. So it was a little bit unfortunate. I think if we would met in a different situation.
Was it unfair in your mind? It's a yes or no. Of course, it's a yes or no.
In my eyes, it was not, of course, not the right decision. But you know, like in life, sometimes you have this kind of situations where it is sometimes not correct or not right in your way, in your view, but you have to accept it, you know, and I accepted it. And I said, okay, I accept it, but I still want to stay here and want to train. I want to show that I'm a player who he can trust, you know, and that's what I was doing in Manchester, and I was then training with the first team and also playing with the first team. I mean, it was not easy when I was training by my own for 3 months, you know.
It's a true test of character, though. That's difficult.
It was, but you know, I always believe in good things, you know, and I was always dreaming about to play again for United and to help them, you know, and I was giving my best in training sessions as well. And I at the end of the day, I was playing, and I was scoring a goal as well.
Yes, of course.
So, so that was the situation.
Let's go back to when you were younger, because I always wanted to ask you this. And I remember the 2004 European Championships. You were what, 19?
19, yes.
How much did that experience impact your career?
A lot, because at that time I was playing with, let's say, players who were like 26, 27, 28 older, so they were not Only Philipp Lahm was, I think, in my age, and Lukas Podolski.
Yep.
There was the only two players exactly in
Yeah, of
my
course,
age
in your generation.
You know,
Yes.
who you could talk on the table about
Yes,
some
yeah.
things, you know. So, but I have to say, to play with this kind of players, the older players, it was very important because this kind of generation,
Yeah.
they had something which nowadays you miss, you know.
What is that?
The killer instinct,
Uh-huh.
the fighting until the end. The sometimes also a little bit
Mean?
bad.
Yes,
mean, yeah.
nasty. There was a nastiness.
Exactly.
Of all those players, who impacted you the most?
At that time,
Yes.
Oliver Kahn,
Yep.
Michael Ballack. There
Yep.
was the players, the big players.
If there was one player in your career that you would say impacted you the most, who would that be?
I always tried to look at the players and to try to get the good things from them. So
Yes.
there was like 5, 6 players, and
Well,
I
there was
always,
nothing good about Ballack.
No, there were a lot of
I'm
good
kidding,
things.
of course
I
there
mean,
was.
he was. You know, sometimes the people in Germany they said he's not good enough, they were like, but he was actually a midfield player who was doing offensive, defensive work. He was scoring goals, and it's not easy to do it. You know, so I know how much work you have to give to do it on the pitch to work on both sides. So I always appreciate that what he was doing. But he had a great career. But I would say. Oliver Kahn, you know, he had something. He wanted to win, you know.
More
He
than
wanted
anything.
more than anything, you know. Sometimes too much, you
Yeah,
know.
of course.
But that was very important to experience that. You know, when you're young,
Yep.
you maybe don't know exactly what is important, you know, and you're sometimes not 100% focused, you know. And when you play with players who are 30, you know, maybe they don't play again a Champions League final, you know, and you as a young player, you have maybe the chance to play a Champions League final or
Yep.
World Cup final.
Yep.
So I also played only one World Cup final. So I said also to my teammates in that time, guys, how many times you will play a World Cup final? You know, for me it's the first time, so use it, you know, and give everything what you can, you know.
Saturday night, Seattle Sounders, good team attacking. What kind of challenge do they present Saturday night?
I mean, first of all, it's always good to play against the champion.
Yep.
So it's a challenge. It's an opportunity to show that we are also a good team. So I love that. They play really well. They, I heard, I don't know, but last year when they won the cup, they were actually in the first part of
I
the
love
season.
the little
they were not
stories
so,
you've heard. You're like, I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know. You know it probably better, but they were in the first part of the season. They were not so good,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
then they won.
Yeah.
So you know, this is kind of thing which is also good for us. You
Yes,
know?
of course
So-
it is.
And but what I saw from them that they play really well. They like to play with the ball as well. So it's a really good team. So it's gonna be a good fight. We play at home. We wanna play well. Obviously, of course. We hope that a lot of supporters are coming here to
Yep.
Otto Park and help us to win the match.